afternoon. Thank you for joining us in the online launch of Melissa Yeung's Weaving Tradition and Innovation, the second exhibition for our Art plus Design Equals Empowerment program. We will also be seeing snippets of our two in-house exhibitions, Sanso Sketching from Home and Floral Array.
With the Philippine indigenous weavers because their weaves are just so amazing. Their process of making it is just something that I really want to show to our audience and the world.
Ako po si Haine May Dulay Clatong. Apo po sa tuhod ni Late Lang Dulay, Gamaba Awardee. Ang mga kasama ko po ngayon, mga apo, tsaka mga estudyante niya po noong nabubuhay po siya. Ito po yung weaving center po namin. Ang pangalan po, Batak Ifuy Lang Dulay Organization. Ang tinalak po ay isang fabric gawa sa abaka. At ito po ay ginagawa po ng mga tiboli, katutubo. Tapos ang mga gumagawa po nito, mga weavers na babae. Tapos ang mga pattern po nila ay nagmula pa po sa panaginip. Kaya po sinabi na yung South Cotabato Land of Dream Weaver. Sa ngayon po, napakahirap po dahil wala pong turista na nakapunta po dito sa amin. Kaya wala po kaming masyadong naibenta. Nakilala po namin si Ma'am Melissa Yeung noong 2005 po kasi bumisita po siya dito kay Lola Lang Dulay. Ayun po, tapos bumibili po siya ng tinalak, kaya patuloy pa rin po yung pagbili niya hanggang po ngayon. Simula po naging regular customer po namin si Ma'am Melissa. Marami na po siyang nabili sa amin ng mga tinalak. Gusto niya mag-suggest na kung pwede ibahin niya po yung kulay. Pwede naman po, allowed naman. Halimbawa gusto niya itong pink, kung pwede, ayun po, ginawa naman po namin. Tapos yung design po, sa amin po talaga. Napakalaking tulong po yung in-order po ni Ma'am Melissa kasi mabenta. Yun po, mabenta, tulad po ngayon, yung in-order niya puro mga modern kulay, parang ganun po. Ayun, malaking tulong po sa amin po, sa mga organization po namin. Kaya nakabenta kami ng maraming tinalak.
My relationship with the weavers really stemmed from friendship and admiration. I respect them a lot and I want to see how we can work together in making sure that the tinalak is relevant to the present and goes beyond that to the future.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Melissa Yap, sa malaking tulong mo sa amin. Noon hanggang ngayon, siya ang magsuporta sa amin. Nag-order siya ng maraming rolyo at ibang-ibang kulay at mga tradisyonal na tinalak. Maraming salamat sa tulong mo. Sana ipatuloy mo ang pagsuporta mo sa amin, sa mga weavers at sa mga apo nilang dulay. Tebong salamat, Ma'am Melissa Yap. Mabuhay!
This painting is called Of Weaves and Matchable Dreams because the Tiboli dream about their patterns and that's what they weave. So I somehow integrated it into my process, into this painting. So I dreamt of a mochi mountain and painted it and then integrated their weaves into the painting. So it kind of, I just wanted to be with them in that process and put it out here. Also an installation, so it has these crocheted balls of the, so they're supposedly like spilling out of the painting, and it's from a livelihood, it's a livelihood project in Tarlac. And then these baskets are from the Palawan tribe. They're called tingkep baskets. They're traditionally rice baskets, which I painted to make it more modern and fun. This painting is called Thrive because a lot of people go through so much struggle, especially during this time of pandemic. And this is a meditative piece for me. It's the colors are subdued and the flowers are green, white, kind of. It's similar to the symbolism of a lotus flower that blooms in muddy waters. So it's, I hope it brings inspiration and strength to people who look at it. So this painting is called Shine Through Darkness and Beyond. And for this painting, my process was somehow different because it started from the weave. I really love the weave that they sent me. Actually, at first, when they sent it over the phone, I really didn't appreciate it so much and I wasn't supposed to buy it. But they said that the weaver who weaved it really needed funds. So I said, okay, just add it onto my order. I wasn't sure what to do with it. But when I got the actual package and saw the actual weave, it was the first thing from the whole bunch that I picked out. And I put it here. And I added these colors. They're supposed to be black and white, but I wanted something to shine through. And it's supposed to show that, okay, when sometimes life seems black and white, that's when we shine the most through darkness.
Good afternoon again. We're here at Melissa Yeung Yap's exhibition, Weaving, Tradition, and Innovation, and we're sitting on her crochet mochi balls, which is part of the artwork. So, yes, Melissa, thank you for saying yes to our Art Plus Design Plus Empowerment program. Thank you for being the second artist. I'd like to ask, when did you start in integrating indigenous weaves into your art?
Thank you so much for having us here. It's such an honor to be able to bring the community together in this exhibit. So it started, the inspiration started when I first got to visit them in 2005. But at that time, I was still a student and I didn't really know what to do, but it's always been in my head. So I wanted to, for my first solo show, I just first added patterns. But I felt like I wasn't really helping them so much with it. I mean, of course, we can always like set aside fonts, but it didn't really, I wanted to do something more. And then during the pandemic, they had so many weaves that nobody was buying because there was no tourism. So they sent me so many weaves. And I also didn't know what to do with them. Then at that time, I was working on my show for Manila Art. And I was looking at the weaves, looking at my painting, looking at my painting. So I got scissors and started like cutting it up, and it just evolved into this.
Yeah, I remember your first few works in Manila Art. They were not as integrated because it was the first time. But within just a span of a year, you were able to use their textiles into the show at Mega Mall, and then here with us, and it's so much more integrated. So it's not just the patterns, but you're already integrating the actual fabric. So you're also creating a market, a demand for their works, right?
That's the hope. Yeah.
So when people buy the paintings, what happens to? Because you buy more, so you make more paintings. Is that the process?
Yes. So it's a constant flow of inspiration and also sustainability for them to keep on weaving. I'm hoping that they wouldn't have to worry about marketing it anymore because the whole process is already tedious for them. And it's my constant source of inspiration because I know that I am in it with them, and it's just really heartwarming.
And I noticed you're wearing an Inabel. Like me, I'm also wearing one.
Yeah. And we didn't even plan this.
Yeah, we didn't plan this, really. So, what started you into designing, and why did you make new clothes out of the Inabel?
So for the Annabelle, it's the same process. I was able to I got to meet the grandmothers weaving, and I also got to meet a younger group of women weaving it, and I wanted, it's just so nice to support them because there's continuity. And that's something that I learned early on in my conversation with Landulay way back. I asked her if there were a lot more women doing the weaves, and she said, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot because they weren't earning much from it and they needed to survive, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, it's so beautiful, and they're considered dying crafts, and it's going to be heartbreaking to see them die. So now, one of the ways, aside from advocating for them, of course, it's really creating economic sustainability for culture and these traditions to survive and carry on into the future.
Why is it important to sustain these traditions?
For me, culture is the breath of life. Art and culture. Otherwise, we just could just be like robots or something. I mean, it's something that I think really breathes life into the world. Culture, art, these beautiful things, and it's gonna be nice for the future generations to get to know them.
How important do you think is good design and integrating traditional textiles into contemporary society with good design? How important is it for you?
I think it's of utmost importance because these things are very beautiful and they need to be treated as such. It's going to be sad to just buy them because of pity, because they're not beautiful, they're beautiful. But there are a lot of contemporary needs and modern needs that can be considered in design, and I think that's what's going to help me get stable so it evolves and grows and flourishes.
Yeah. I'd just like to share at this point, because I did this separately. I really find Filipino fabrics very, very beautiful, as Melissa said. And sometimes we're limited to what they were. Like, this is actually kumot. It's actually Inabel kumot, but I think it's much more beautiful than just kumot. And if we could just create more demand for it and practical use in contemporary life, the sustainability of these traditions is more or less ensured. So, why do you think it's the soul of our country, right? Of our culture. What else are you thinking about in continuing this project? What are your next steps, Melissa?
So there's this project
that's called Archipelago. So there are so many more communities all over the country. We have more than 100 ethno-linguistic tribes all over the country. And that just means, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Just so much stuff. Like, we travel all over the world to see culture. But and I've done that. But right here in our very country, we have so much more to offer. Not just to the Philippines, but to the world. And I want to have like a series of at least 10 exhibits going all over these communities. So this is just the start, and I'm so excited because for years I've been attending so many workshops, trying to be better at painting, drawing, sculptures, and those technical skills. But what was lacking was my inspiration and something that really, excites me to create things. And as I search for my own identity as a Filipino, I look for things I can be really proud of. It's them. It's the indigenous communities. It's these different livelihoods, whether it's like the different crafts, the stories. It's so rich. Now I have a wealth of inspiration that I'm really so excited to share.
I'm very well. Thank you so much for doing what you do. And I know a lot of our viewers have a lot of questions, so we're opening the floor to more questions from you. Please feel free to ask. And thank you, Melissa, for sharing all of that with us.
Thank you so much, Ricky and Fundación Sansol, for this opportunity to create this platform where we can really share our craft with everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. What's this? It's us. Hey, good afternoon. We're live. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're opening the floor for your questions, and we have one from Miss Jenny Yang. Miss Jenny Yang is asking, where do you get your inspiration for your paintings, Melissa?
I get a lot of inspiration from the places that we visit all over the country and also in other countries and other artists, communities, and life experiences.
Wow, life experiences. Well, can you elaborate on that? How do you channel all of that life experience into your painting? What advocacies do you focus on?
So I think for respect and appreciation of culture, and also I like positivity. So my paintings are really positive, and it's really the stuff that I want to convey to the which is resilience and everything, especially during this pandemic. I wanted to show something that's life and
Yeah. Also, in going through that, you're having another show this October, right? Can you tell us more about that? Your general project of Archipelago.
Yeah, so the Archipelago project, there's so much to show all over the country. I can think of at least 10 right off the bat right now. And we wanna, and I understand not a lot of people can do Cotabato or Meraldi, but there's just so much there that's beyond like Sonar and something. There's so much, their talent and culture. It's so deep, and it's something I want to share. It's the Archipelago project. We'll be collaborating with these 10 communities.
Wow. So, what communities are you working with right now at the current moment?
So right now, they're in the Weavers up north, and then I visited them again, so I'm going to revisit them again to see how we work together. The Palawan tribe, the ones in Bukidnon, we did in Nabo Leaves. And then the Bilaan community, so many.
Wow, so many. Okay, there are, Oh, okay. Is there a particular story or fact about the Tinala that you learned from the community that fascinated you? This is from Veron.
Oh, so that's that we dream about the patterns and they integrated into the fabric, and I thought it was just first thing. Silk screen or braided. They didn't know that they tie in the pattern into the alpaca first. It's such a tedious process, and it's just so.
In relation with that, I'd like to invite people when they get the chance and it's allowed for you to visit the museum to see fabric that is woven by Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan, Lang Dulay, because you could actually see there the pattern that wrote her name. So they tie-dyed her initials into the fabric. It's really fascinating. Yeah. Okay, there's a question from Pia Angeli Gagarin. Hi, Ma'am Melissa. I'm from Victoria, Tarlac. I hope we could feature you on your amazing story on Life Magazine, Tarlac.
Of course, Victoria is my home now, so we've been living there in the farm, and of course, Victoria is. We're also doing a lot of projects in Victoria, so watch out.
Okay, I think we have covered a lot of the questions. Is there anything you'd like to share with our audience before we close up our opening?
So I just want to say thank you for being here, and I'd like to invite you to check out our show. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much, Ricky, and for the Shanson Song Museum. It's really been a pleasant experience with you.
Thank you, Melissa. And thank you to everyone. While we are under IATF, most museums are closed, but our authentications are still open, and we will be engaging with you here on social media. And we hope that everyone is safe, please keep safe, and we look forward to our next activity with you again. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.